I freaking love that so much.
I forgot we had that.
It's such a masterpiece.
Yeah.
Yeah, good job, Oz. Everybody, Oz is the man. Oz made that. All right, welcome to episode 78.
Yes.
I'm going to try something different. I know how we got here.
Yeah, it's
I know.
pretty tragic story, but brought us to this point.
This is the episode where we finally have caught up to our medium age. As far as the episode number goes.
That's right.
Brad, responsibility is about to kick back in, isn't it?
I am really excited about this episode. There's a lot we've got going on tonight. We're going to go through the ETERNIALAND entries. We've got some slides. I've got some text I'm going to read, beautiful descriptions of what people submitted.
Yep.
I've got something here I'm excited to share. And also we have a really, really phenomenal, I mean, they're always great, Battle Ram report tonight for you all. When Adam sent me the slides for this, I was getting it ready. I was like, oh yeah, this is good. This is good. So lots of great stuff tonight. How are you guys doing?
Not too bad yourself.
Doing good.
Doing all right, man. Ready for the weekend. Ready for it.
Yeah, the weekend couldn't come fast enough. This has been an intense week for me. And we were talking before we came on, and it was like, I think everybody's feeling it. Sometimes, didn't we have a full moon or something? Maybe that's what it is.
Yes. Yeah, we did. Yep.
The wolves are out.
And of course, today's the first day I've eaten Taco Bell in 20-something years, so we'll see how long I last.
I was going to say, nothing for Bobby on the show tonight, guys. Have a good one.
Yeah.
So
we're going to make it real quick. We'll make it real quick for you.
No.
That I know that feeling.
I haven't. It's a presence I haven't felt in.
Yeah, right.
Oh no.
Well, when I was with my band, my friend worked at Taco Bell, so we'd always get free food all the time. And, I haven't eaten it since probably then. This is 93, so it's been 30 years.
I was gonna say, like, the teenage to the early 20s is like, I feel the big threshold for Taco Bell. Then after that, it's kind of like I gotta let it go.
Yeah.
Well, my son told me that they changed the meat or something, so I was like, okay, well, maybe it won't get me upset anymore or something. We'll see.
That is a gamble that I wouldn't want to take.
Yeah, you're a brave man.
Well, I ate 6 tacos. So
wow!
I'm brave.
I'd be rolling out the depends, like for sure.
Well, I got another Cologuard bucket in the closet.
There we go.
If they need another sample, I can give them pretty quickly.
They changed the meats.
Hashtag they changed the meats. Bobby's gonna have to run to the border. Hopefully it's not. Hopefully your border is not too far away.
Yeah.
No, it's actually, I don't know, 15 steps. Not even. It's right there.
There we go. Yeah. You can make it. You can make it. Give
Enough about my ass. Let's talk about something else.
Well, let's say hello to everybody that's in the chat, because there's a lot of people here. Oz, you've already got it. Taco smell. Yeah, good one, Adam.
Well, I did spray Febreze and stuff today, so we'll see.
There you go.
Pre-installed for the smell.
What I live in Central California, so the Mexican food here is awesome. We just had really amazing tacos last night. So not to brag, but it's different that's a different experience than Taco Bell.
Oh, I
altogether.
know that. Yes, I'm aware.
I had an older family member. I mean, when I say older, he was a cousin, my grandfather's brother-in-law. And one day he sat me down and he's like, you know what? I've got this, and he's Central Valley. And he was like, I got to tell you about this amazing Mexican restaurant. I was like, oh. And I mean, I'm already an adult. I've already eaten it. You know, I've already identified some of my favorite Mexican restaurants in this area. And he's like, it's called Taco Bell. We love it. We just love it. And I was like, oh my gosh.
Well,
Yeah, I
I'm a
remember
big-
being like 8 and being excited by Taco Bell.
Well, yeah, 'cause it's something different. Yeah. I love On the Border. I don't know if you ever eaten there. Those tacos are really, really good.
Oh yeah, yeah. I like Chef M80's joke. What's a pirate's favorite fast food restaurant?
Arby's.
Arby's.
You know what? I used to love Long John Silver's as a kid. Remember
Me too.
in
Oh,
the
yeah.
in the 70s and 80s. I mean, I know it was in the 70s, but I didn't go until like 80. I think my first time was 81 or 82.
Okay.
But I loved the interior design,
Yes.
all the
The
pirate
netting.
stuff and the
Yeah.
fisherman stuff, and
Mhm.
you could get
Oh,
like
yeah.
a paper pirate hat.
Yeah.
If you got the Happy Meal that they offered, and I've been terrified to go eat there again, but I just haven't eaten there, and
No.
It's almost the same. I mean, the restaurant doesn't look the same at all, but the food's almost the same. But I haven't
Yeah.
had it in probably about like 6 years, but
I
yeah,
don't know.
it's not bad.
For
But I
me-
remember going there, and they would have the treasure chest in the corner. And you're a
Yeah.
little kid, you go put a quarter in, you get a little
Love
thing
it.
out of it. And then I did get those cups. I don't know if you ever saw those cups from Long John Silver's back in the day, from the early '80s. They had like pirate faces on them.
oh,
Yes.
I always loved those.
so cool.
You still see them every once in a while around at like a thrift store. Very
Yeah.
rare, but
Yeah.
Well, this is what I don't understand. What happened to us? Like, why would we? McDonald's used to be so cool. It used
Yeah.
to be an experience.
Well, it's the
going to
corporations that changed it all. They wanted to streamline all their restaurants and stuff.
Was
and take the theme out and just whatever? It's boring.
maybe it was like parents getting angry. Hey, you're selling this to our kids. Maybe.
Yeah. Well, that was a
That's a
big
big
thing.
part
with
of it.
McDonald's. Yeah.
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 Hmm.
Oh, you never had it, Ace?
Oh, wow.
Well,
It's a shame.
I
It's
will
a
say
shame.
I remember liking it as a kid, but getting older, I'm not a fan of Long John Silver. It's very too greasy, too salty for me these days. But
Yeah.
I know I like to cook a lot, in my own kitchen. So honestly, it's like it's hard for me to go to any restaurant these days and being like, man,
Oh,
this
yeah.
is worth the price.
That's how I am too. I love to cook
Yeah.
myself, but
Yeah.
I do have certain places I like to go and get some stuff from.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
For sure.
We got a couple of decent Mexican restaurants up here that I do like to visit. They're not like real big chains or anything like that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Good.
Couple of good, pizza places, sub shops. Next time Skelly's back on this side, hopefully we'll get him a little closer to Baltimore so we can actually take him to someplace that we like, not just, Buffalo Wild Wings. But that was still fun.
Yeah, we went to Buffalo Wild Wings. That was my first time at Buffalo Wild Wings. I
That
was
place
a
is
little
expensive though.
I was
It
a little
can be.
underwhelmed by
Yeah.
what we got, but the company was good. The company was good.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not
Well-
big on chain food places either.
Yeah.
I like real restaurants, but
Yeah.
I'm with you on that 100%.
it's hard out this way though. Once I moved from Chicago and I came to like Phoenix and stuff, it's just like you can't find good places like that.
It's most places these days. There's not
Yeah.
a lot of those little hole in the wall shops.
Right. You just got to really look hard for them. And
Yeah,
sometimes
find
I'm too
'em.
lazy to.
I'll
Find
just say I ain't got much great to say about Columbus, Ohio, but they got this really hole in the wall burger place that just dominated our stay there. They were
Oh,
Oh
awesome.
yeah.
Yeah, now I can't remember the Alley Burger. That was it. Alley Burger.
Yeah,
This
I
was
remember
in an
saying that.
alley.
Yeah.
All right,
It was
everybody. If
an
you're in
alley. The
Columbus,
rats were at
Ohio,
the
go to.
convention center. Alley
Yeah, sorry. Go
Burger.
ahead. Sorry, I talked over you. What
Oh,
was it you
Just
said?
gonna say the good burgers were in the alley. All the rats were up and around the convention center.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Rat burgers.
Speaking of fast food, I ordered this from our friend Dallas Pogue. You remember Dallas Pogue from our episode with Dustin Crops Boy, the guy who the guy who mends fiberglass McDonald's
Yes.
sculptures.
I
Well,
think
he
I missed that
also
episode. That I wasn't there with that one.
yeah, it was I zoomed in from a hotel room. Mark Begley sat in with us.
Yeah.
Hey, look, Sean's here.
Hey, Sean.
He made it. Yes. The gang's all back
Fantastic.
together again.
How was the video, Sean? I saw you were
we
reviewing
just finished, and I was like, you know what? I can't not be on because I'm sitting right here. I'm doing this, so I'm here.
I'm glad. Well, also,
Awesome.
this is about to be kind of an extension of what you were doing.
it.
Oh my gosh. Right? Yeah, we're gonna get into this soon. We're gonna get into this soon.
I'm that
So
at-
I
what
got
can
my
say?
Beast Man. This is the one I like.
there you go. It's
Nice.
beautiful.
If
I
I
got
cut
my
this when he
Beast
tries
Man.
to bite me.
That's not a beast man at all. Sorry.
Well, what I was just about to say is that I ordered this from Dallas Pogue, Dustin Crops boy. Also, his company is called Sugar Frosted Toys. Sugar Frosted. I got a little button here. Sugar Frosted.
Zoom in on that.
I'll give you the full screen.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy
love it.
does this button's amazing. This guy does
Yeah,
amazing work. If you like vintage pop culture, like he's like an expert and he just loves the stuff. But so he made these. I'll show you the back. Each one of these will have a sculpt. And so you got the different characters. If you're old enough, you recognize all these characters. And so
I like that style. That's like old vintage style. Back
Absolutely.
with the cardboard and then just the black ink.
Mhm.
It's cool.
Yeah,
Font.
absolutely. Notice no barcode, right?
Yeah, well, exactly.
Um,
we were just talking about earlier. Yeah.
So look at that.
That's
He's-
awesome.
And the sticker. I love the printed sticker. Yes.
This is an authentic Woolworths price tag, 29 cents. But yeah, he's selling these. If you folks are interested in these, he's selling them. They're $25. I was like shocked because it's like a little artwork. It's an artifact it's so cool. It looks so real. It is real, but it looks authentic. It looks,
Do I have to stare at
old.
Sean? Oh, I thought that was Sean's ass, but that's his elbow. I thought he was bent over looking at something.
That's the Frenzy Unchained. Sean's ass.
Hey, Aaron.
Frenzy.
But anyways, I just had to share that since we were talking about fast food. I just had to share that. It's really a really cool thing that Dallas is doing, making these little, what's the Fisher Price
Little people.
Little people, yeah, Little People style product
Yeah.
pals. Mayor McCheese, he's
That's
my
cool.
dude.
Is there any other ones that he has like that, or is it just the ones that are in the back of that package?
This is wave one. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
okay.
this was the first one that he released, and he's doing them all. They're limited runs. He 3D prints them, and then they don't look like they're 3D printed. It even says sugar frosted on the bottom.
Nice.
I love that.
in the mold. Yeah.
In the mold.
Yeah. Cool.
Oh yeah, you can kind of see it. It shows up a little bit.
It's just amazing.
So
it's
like
amazingly
a
done.
stamp.
Yeah. Just got that in the mail. And
Love
it's
it.
really cool.
Cool.
That's fantastic.
Well, let's say hello to folks in the chat.
All right.
Shall
Hello,
we?
folks in the chat.
Hi everybody.
I just took care of it all.
Hi, Dr. Nick.
All right, Oz, you're the king of this. You're much better at it than I am.
I'm gonna roll through it here. We've got Eldor, the Masterversal Toy Hunter, with us. Chef M80 as well, hanging
right.
out. Vine
All
Jungle
right.
Figure Factory. We have
Right.
Ace here, Duchess of Darkness,
All right.
Cobweb Collector, Ronald Embry, Thanos Copter. Nolan's is here, so you know that means we are official. We have Joe Gonzalez in
Joe.
the chat. J-Max
Jay.
77, Anryu 83,
All right.
and Aaron is here with us tonight as well.
Well, it's good to see
Ooh.
that all the people that submitted are here tonight. That's great
Yeah.
because we're going to be talking about your entries in just a little bit.
Right at the very end of the show. It'll take 2 seconds. This is what they did. This is what we said.
That's right. So what are you guys excited about this week?
Well, I'm excited Alpha and Flicked is here. Sorry, just
Hey,
popped in.
Alpha, all right.
I'm excited to be back. Just going to put it out there. You know,
Yeah, we're glad to have you
for a
back.
little bit. Yeah, popped in for a little bit at the end last week, but I'm glad to be back tonight. This is definitely an important one to be here for.
Yeah, this is going to be a good one. Epic episode. How about the rest of you guys?
My buddy Bob, he sent me a text today. He's showing me that they're announcing a new Tron movie.
Yeah.
So I don't know
Yeah,
what
I'd
that's going
seen
to look
about
like or
that.
not, but that would be kind of neat. I'm kind of interested in that since I'm a
Yeah.
big Tron fan.
What'd you think of the second one?
I liked it. It was cool. Definitely not as. I mean, I always liked the original one.
Yeah, of course.
I thought it was good. I like that did the age change for Clue.
Yeah.
You know, made him look younger.
Yeah.
Even though it's like still early technology at the time, looks kind of goofy compared to now. But I liked it. But I thought it was really cool. It was really cool. I like that they did that. Yeah. So I'm kind of wondering what they were going to do because they did leave it open at the end of that last film. So we'll see what they do with this new one.
Yeah.
I hope they leave it open again. I hope they keep evolving the story.
Yeah.
They should. They really should.
That cartoon they came out with too, that was awesome.
Yeah.
I love that. Even though it didn't have an ending because it got canceled or whatever.
Got canceled first.
I didn't watch the cartoon.
Oh, it's great.
I'll have to find where it's
that
streaming.
was really, really cool.
I think it's on Disney Plus.
Oh, okay. Oh, that would make sense. Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah.
I also know a website.
Yeah. You know, they've been
it on there.
They've been we don't want to get in trouble with Disney tonight. But we did they will shut us down. I did see that Disneyland is like the people who are doing YouTube videos on like what's happening in Disneyland. They're talking about maybe bringing in the Tron ride that's at Disney World.
Oh,
so
cool.
Because they've been thinking about fixing up Tomorrowland a little bit, and that's so that's something that they're contemplating. I watched a ride through of that ride, and that ride looks friggin' amazing.
Well, I was there when Tron, the second one, came out. And what's the adventure park? What is that called across from Disneyland?
I think it's called
Disneyland
Wild.
Adventure.
I think I forget.
Well, whatever the park is that's right next to it that you can cross. That they had it was all decked out in Tron stuff at that time.
Oh yeah.
When the movie came out, so you had this huge recognizer that you could walk under, and you had it was wild. They had people throwing discs, running around through the street dressed up in Tron outfits and stuff. It was really cool.
That's
I'd
cool.
totally be chucking discs at everybody.
Yeah.
Pegging people as they walk by.
Yeah, we used to play that when we were kids. We had frisbees, and we had red ones and blue ones and stuff. So we used to play Tron a lot and whip it around.
Did we say hello yet?
We had a couple more people jump in actually here real quick. We had Hyperdelic come join us this evening. We have Eric Perryman has jumped in, says just back from a hell of a work trip. Well, we're glad you could be here hanging out with us and enjoying.
Definitely. Yeah, that's exciting, Bobby. That's exciting news. Hopefully, what's the deal? Jared Leto is able to get on like piggyback off of all the cool IPs. Like
I don't know. And I'm not a big fan of him. I don't
either. He freaks me out.
Yeah.
He's got an island and a cult. Like he's just.
Well, that movie is looks like it could be good, and then there's a Crow movie, I guess that's the Crow.
New Crow movie.
I know Sean's real excited about that.
Oh yeah, I read Sean's thoughts right away.
Well, so yeah, I saw. I mean, they were showing a little bit of stuff here and there, and then when I saw that, like, oh, this is what he's gonna look like now. I'm like,
yeah.
this proves
Yeah.
I'm old now, officially. Like
Yeah.
when I was a kid, it was like the craziest thing to see the Crow, and you're like, holy crap! And then
Yeah.
you see this now, and I'm like, I don't understand this. I don't get it. It doesn't work for me on a bunch of and even the storyline has even changed to make me go like,
Yeah.
that
changed
makes
it?
me automatically go
Yes.
like, why?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
Yeah.
in this version, I found a couple different places, and it's the same thing each time they talk about it. They say Eric and Shelley are together, but her dark past catches up to her, and that's what leads to their murders. Which I'm like, why did you do that? Even the whole idea of the first movie, the Brandon Lee one, and even the novel, the graphic novel was a whole different thing. That was
Right.
James O'Barr venting his anger at his fiance getting killed by a drunk driver. But in the case of the movie, I love that it was her trying to do something to better their lives by sending a petition to try to better their homes, to try to better that building, and then
Right.
top dollars like kill them. Like, and then you know, night before Halloween, all hell breaks loose in their apartment, and both of them end up dead. That to me was that's traumatic as hell to imagine.
Right.
That the home invasion and all the crap that they do to those poor people on top of that. And to have him be able to come back as even as a kid, I was like, justifiable. I could not wait for him to do what he needed to do. In this version, I'm like, how the hell is Shelley the one bringing this down on them now?
Right.
That is so weird. So everything about this one, I'm like, I want to see a trailer, but my investment is like 10% at most. Seeing it because it's inescapably tied to Brandon Lee for me.
Right.
And the whole idea of him dying while he made that movie, and the character was someone who died and came back to life. That for me, when I was like 15, 16 years old watching that, it was like this mythical feeling to that movie. And every time after that, it's always a cash grab. And this is another one of those times where I'm just like, it's just another cash grab. They're just they're trying to keep the IP alive so they can keep doing more of this kind of stuff, but it doesn't have the soul to it. So
yeah, I had the same moment just looking at the pictures. Like, no, this is not the Crow.
No.
Yeah.
I think the other thing too was I heard this was trying to go more towards the graphic novel, and I was actually like, wow, if you're going to go that direction with it this time, because it is a little more different of a story if you go that way. That could be interesting because the Crow would talk to him in that version, and the Crow was like, it was basically his conscience coming out when he went completely crazy, and it was like when he's dying on the field after he gets shot, the Crow's like, don't look, and trying to keep him away from the abyss, but he still looks and he goes into the abyss, and that's how the Crow is born. And in this one, I'm just like, he's a juggalo now? What the crap? Like, that is not what I signed up for to watch this. And
it should just be called the Juggalo.
The
instead of the
Juggalo.
Crow.
I mean, that's all you need to do. It's like it just feels like they look at what happens today and they're like, oh, it's all about the tattoos. It's like, no, that you're missing the point. You know? So yeah.
Here we go. Juggalo's Revenge.
Juggalo's Revenge.
Oh, Lord. Second coming of ICP.
they haven't left. I mean, I feel like they're still like out there doing things, right?
It's true. They're still around.
Yeah, I'm with you, Sean. I was like, I don't know how I
they
feel
are.
about this. I'm definitely more excited about another Tron movie than I am a remake of The Crow.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's too. Oz, did you see it? Vine Jungle Figure Factory, a jug of crow. There we go. How about you, Adam? Anything you're excited about?
Yeah, so I was able to pick up this guy for not too much money, relatively speaking. So King Randor
Nice
toy version.
Very nice.
I never had this as a kid. I mean, obviously I knew the cartoon version, but I don't know. I just love this figure. I love the color. I think it's the colors. Like we talked about
Yeah.
colors last week.
Yeah.
The reds and the oranges and the blues and the gold. It's beautiful looking
Yeah,
figure.
it's cool.
He's great.
He's got the 2000X sword and staff too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Randor's amazing. Like I didn't really have an appreciation for Randor, the vintage figure or his character in the cartoon. But the more time I spend with the Origins King Randor, the first one that came out that's based on the vintage figure, I love it. Yeah, he does.
It's like a Costco Whopper.
Oh, God.
King
Whoppers
Randor
for
says, "Have it your
Eternia."
way."
Yeah, exactly.
I wish we could get rid of that association.
It'll
I can't
never go
st- I
away.
can't stand
No.
that. The Burger
It will
King
never
King
go
Randor
away.
stuff.
It's
Just-
too similar.
It really
Yeah.
is.
It bugs the hell out of me.
As long as it's not the Sneak King game that Burger King came out with. Oh God.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
Did you guys ever
yeah.
see that?
no.
When Xbox 360 launched, Burger King put out a couple of real cheap, simple Xbox 360 games. One of them was called The Sneak King. It was the only one worth playing out of any of the ones they had. They were like 3 different ones. But it was really, really creepy game where you were the Burger King and you stalked people and then you scared them by popping out and surprising them with Whoppers. And look, anytime you got a creepy old guy walking around whipping out his Whopper to people and scaring them, like it's
No, that's not good. There's the vintage Burger King on the back of Dallas's product pals. So that if you
Yeah, who's
those
that?
of you who are,
Let's see.
that's the pre Randor Burger King.
Yes.
That's what he originally looked like.
I actually have a photo of me as a kid that my parents have of me wearing that crown with that
Yeah.
Burger King guy on there.
Oh, we
All
need
right,
to see that.
you got to scan that and you got to send that to me.
Well, I gotta wait for them to. It'll be a while.
Got it. Oz, did you talk about what you were excited about?
Well, I said mainly I was just excited to be back, but
Yes.
4 Horsemen did a crazy in-stock sale this week, and I'm kind of hoping that maybe they'll still have some items tomorrow. I might purchase a couple, possibly. I'm not sure. There's a
Cool.
half giant there with my name on it.
Nice.
So that went on this week. The retail exclusive wave came up for pre-order like last week with the variants of all of last year's figure obscura looking beautiful, and now Jacob Marley is going to glow in the dark, so as if his half translucent plastic wasn't cool enough. Thank you Brick. It's really great to see that he's going to be glow in the dark too, because he's going to fit right in with that glow in the dark shelf that I'm building for my Ghostbusters.
Nice.
So yeah, it was just a lot of really cool 4 Horsemen news coming down the pipe right now, which is always a good thing. And I know shipping soon, I should be getting my blue Hagnon figure, which is another really awesome piece from the 4 Horsemen. So that's right, Ace. Absolutely. Glow in the dark everything.
Glow in the dark everything. I'm looking at one of the best glow in the dark figures ever, and that is the Origins Scareglow. That
Mondo.
It's great. But what about that Mondo Scareglow? That
yes. Oh
15,
my God.
15 inches of glow explosion.
That's how big he is.
Right?
Yeah.
He's going to be 15 inches tall. He's huge. He's massive. He's got that clear body with
beautiful.
the actual, skeleton, glow in the dark skeleton on the inside of it with 2 different versions of the head. One a little more Mondo, one a little vintage. God,
it's pretty cool.
So freaking amazing.
And he dwarfs the old giants, like Pixel Dan had him next to the 12-inch giant Skeletor.
Yeah,
he made it look tiny.
He looks almost like he's about the same size as as True Legacy Designs 240% larger vintage figures that we had on the show, Matt Smith. So it might be around that size, it looks like.
Could be.
Sean, okay, Sean's the Armando guy. What's your take? Have you jumped in on the Scareglow thing?
Nah, no, that doesn't appeal to me.
Trying to pull it up here. I'm gonna do a share screen.
Oz is on the delay again. Go ahead, Sean.
No, that one didn't appeal to me. I'm more into the Mondo like Masters figures, like the ones they've been producing. So the ones that are more like that, no, there's nothing. I appreciate it. I think it's a cool idea. I love that it's the translucent figure and the glow in the dark added in there. When I saw that, I'm like, that's a great combination. But it's nothing I need to put on my shelf because I mean, hell, the Beastman is 13 or 14 inches tall already, and I'm already like, how the heck am I getting that in my shelf? Because that's a whole nother problem for future me now.
Yeah, I can see
it is cool.
It's pretty darn cool.
So it is modeled off the vintage then, basically.
Yeah. It's it's beautiful. It's really really cool. I'm with you, Sean. Like it's cool, but I don't have room for it. And I like Scareglow, but he came out at the end of the line, and I was already kind of not paying close attention at that point, and so I don't have the nostalgic connection to him. But I do admire the design and concept of this. It's brilliant.
Isn't that like a thing for like all vintage toys? Like people are really into the ones that are more rare. It seems that way.
It seems that way, but I don't know about the rare one. Like Scareglow, I didn't quite understand the appeal until I just figured out that he's more rare. But
plus he's a skeleton. I mean, everybody likes that shit.
Yeah, nothing. Skeletons are always friggin' cool. Well, I'm gonna just take a moment, if you don't mind. I just want to take a moment and talk about what I'm excited about this week. And Sean, you're gonna be able to join in on this a little bit. But actually, I want to just briefly say, this is a rough week for me, and to come home to this package that the Frenzied all came together and contributed to get for me was just, I sent you all a video to thank you, but I was beside myself with joy. This was really huge of you all, and so everybody that's watching that contributed to this, I got to tell you, I love you all. You're amazing people, and I just was shocked and awed by this generosity. I'm trying to not get choked up right now, and so I'm going to distract myself with trying to lift this thing. Sean, you want to bring yours up? This is phenomenal, folks. Look at this. I noticed you got a different. You put that head on him. That's a really great sculpt of a head. But I had to do the vintage style, the one inspired by the vintage head sculpt. But seriously, folks, has anybody weighed this? This has got to be 6 pounds or something like that.
The shipping box said it was 7 or 8 pounds.
Yeah. This is, someone in the chat was just complaining about the smell of it. But I gotta say, I love the smell, and maybe that's just me and my weird like attachment to plastic smells. But I love it.
It's like a rubber cement smell.
Yes, that's exactly it.
Like I opened mine late last night. I opened it probably 10 or 15 minutes before I went to bed, and this smell is still permeating my basement. I think I'm going to be seeing pink elephants by the end of that night, the way this is going.
He definitely. So look, check it out. I already have the Beastman. So I got the Skeletor side now. Oops, here, and then the Beastman side of my Beastmen, and I put them in there because which also contains the smell a little bit. But I opened it up today for the show and to get him out. And whew, it came at me. But I mean, I couldn't wait. I was like, I don't want to just do a normal unboxing video for this on my channel. I couldn't wait to reveal him tonight, and I'll do something with him and get into depth with him on the channel. But he is beautiful. I'm glad you got him too, Sean.
Yeah, he was a must-have when I saw him, and I know scale-wise, he's bigger than the Mondo figures that they've released so far. And for me, I think that's awesome. I always pictured him being a bigger character, even though the heights were all uniformed when we were kids.
Yeah,
but
right.
The idea of this guy being in the jungle, and I always had it in my head that he's in the jungle and it's the dark, and he just rips out of the jungle after, and you just see this huge wall of fur and fangs coming at you. And like I said, He-Man's the one behind you going, I got this, and he starts protecting you. It's like, this is that Beast Man. This is the one that I always had in my head when I was a kid. Like, this is the version that would literally make me crap my pants and scream like a little girl. Like, it's him in figure form finally. So,
finally. I mean, this is like this is the best version of Beast Man. And that it's just amazing. Yeah. So the Skeletor, as you know, I mean, you were just talking about it. The Skeletor behind me is standing up on like a stack of a piece of wood that's about this thick. So Skeletor's like doesn't even come to the top of that. But this guy, when I put him next to this vintage style, the big one that Mattel put out, he's like right up here where my hand is in this case. Without anything underneath him. I mean, to everybody that contributed to make this possible, I can't say it any other way. I love you all. I just it's just I can't even articulate it. The feeling. It's amazing. And I'm done. I can literally like say I'm done collecting toys for the rest of my life at this stage. Like, this is amazing. I'm not going to. But
come on, join the group. I'm alone here.
Bobby's like, bring it on. I need somebody on my side.
That's right.
I'm this close. I am this close. When I pulled this out of the package, I was like, what else do I want from this journey? It's just, I'm speechless. So it's good, Sean, that you feel that way too. This thing's amazing. I'd be hard pressed to see anybody write a review or write a review. What am I, 80? But do like a YouTube review of this and say it's no good. Like, I can't imagine that.
I think the only way anybody would do that is if they had QC problems. And that would be specific to theirs. Like mine, this thing is solid. I mean, I haven't really tried to work with the articulation, but on the review I just did with Curtis and Steven from Podcasters of the Universe, they had to heat theirs up for 45 minutes at a time.
Wow.
To get the joints eased enough to get some articulation and movement and posing going on, which is why mine's just still the way he was when I got him out of the box for the most part. Yeah. And I mean, I can't think of a single thing about this figure that would make me say this was not a good purchase and this is something I didn't need. My wife would probably say that, but me.
I did feel more cautious about adjusting that Skeletor, moving parts, taking things off, putting them in different outfits and things. I did feel more cautious about that than I did with this Beastman. This Beastman is like, I feel like you'd have to try really hard to hurt it. Taking the head off was really difficult, Sean. I don't know if you haven't tried that yet. I'm assuming.
Like I said, everything is as it came out of the box. Yeah, so I'll have that battle later, I'm sure. But it
was a battle, and I got a little overheated. in doing that. Like I was having to exert some genuine elbow grease trying to get the head
Gotta
popped
hit it
off.
with one of these.
I am never going to. I have that in the garage. I am never going to do that to this beast man. I am not going to. It is done. I'm just going to put him. Now that sword that he comes with, and then the gun. I mean, it's just
Comes with a gun. Wow.
yeah. He comes with the gun. I believe is inspired by the movie, the '87 movie.
There we
I
Yeah.
didn't realize he had a gun.
Look at
There's a
that sword.
Wow.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And there's even like little details on the hilt.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, he ganked that sword off of Conan when he whipped his bitch ass.
Yeah, that's right.
There's the gun.
That gun is definitely the '87.
Okay,
Beautiful.
yeah, man, that is cool. I didn't realize I had the gun.
Yeah.
I didn't
How did I miss
remember
that?
that.
Now, like, there's even that detail.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Oh,
Makes it.
okay.
I'm sure that's probably like their Snake Mountain logo, probably from the movie that we never got to see.
Oh yeah.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
Man, that is really
cool.
great. Good weathering
Yeah.
texture too on it.
Yeah.
And
Right.
the other thing that blew my mind, and I got this right out of the box, and I was like, oh my god, you're kidding me. The whip
Yeah. The
is
whip.
articulated.
It's a long wire
It's
in
bendy.
there.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like that it's got a good braided look to it too. It's not just a string.
Yeah.
Yep.
I have it wrapped around his body in order to because it's a very long whip.
Oh,
So I have it
it's
like
long.
all the way around his body like this.
that's cool.
Oh, I kind of like that.
Yeah.
You know, he's
But,
got it wrapped around himself, ready to wield when he needs it. I didn't notice the knuckles on the hand either.
Yeah,
Show
this.
those knuckles a little bit more.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
awesome.
cool.
I mean,
Alright.
So they brought
Yeah.
that out of the vintage toy like that.
that's right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's right.
And
Oh,
also on his
how massive that is.
on his wrist bracers, I just learned this on the review I came from. He has a chain on it, like a link to a chain. So on both of them, they're like that. That one is still the full length. The other side broken.
It's broken.
So I love that gives it the appeal. Like either he broke free of something in his past and he just kept the bracers, and also there's even material under those bracers. There's fabric right under there too.
There's cloth. There's like fur under here.
Yeah. So like my big thing that I was talking about in the review is like looking at this figure. It is truly like you're able to learn the history of this character just looking at him.
Yeah.
And there's not many figures that I feel do that, and it's like an art form just to have that much invested in that figure. So I mean, like I thought it was going to be a good figure. I actually feel it's probably the best Mondo Masters of the Universe figure to date.
Wow.
Yeah. It's definitely the best. It's the most. It's definitely the best toy that I have in my collection, and of the things that I collect, I always want to hold on to the things that have genuine meaning and are like little artworks. But this is like
well, both Terrence and Kenny both just got their emails for Disco Skeletor as we're sitting here. Oh man, and that one's killing me because you guys know I love that Disco Skeletor. I gotta take one of these other Skeletor figures I have from Origins and do it up as a Disco Skelly.
There's got to be an Origins Disco Skeletor eventually. There's got to be.
I would assume.
I don't understand. I don't understand why they wouldn't have done it by now. Just saying.
Yeah.
Now the question is, do I do it on a 2000X Skeletor since it was the 2000X line, or do I do it on a vintage Skeletor?
I would do the 2000X. I don't know if that's expensive to get, but
I think I have another one, second one, somewhere. Probably, maybe not. If not, I will find one. I will get a second one for that alone.
I didn't want to take up too much time with that because we got so many cool things to talk about today. But this figure is amazing, and thanks
awesome.
to everybody who helped make it possible. Yeah.
All right. Hyperdelic won me over. I'm gonna have to do both. Although I do appreciate Kenzo saying got to do it right. I can't go wrong if I just do them both. We can never have enough Saturday Night Fever, Skelly.
So real quick, and I don't want to do this to blow my own horn, but I had to say this for the fact that it was funny the way it worked out when they wanted to do the gift of that of Beastman to you. I was low on cash. So I'm like, well, I'm going to go do my plasma donation this week, and I'll give you money from that. And they're like,
Oh,
ooh, we're going to tell them that you actually bought it in your own blood. I go, feel free.
Yeah.
So Bud is sort of known for sending the transcript of the
Yeah.
conversation to the people who have been selected to receive something from the Frenzied.
Yep.
And he sent that to me, and I saw that in there. I was like, "Oh, Sean!"
Literal blood was given for the figure.
I do it because it helps both people, and it also helps me with like little bits and pieces financially.
Yeah.
But like when they were doing that, I'm like, you're getting the funds this week because there's no way around it. You need this figure. So I mean, I would have kicked myself knowing I could have helped, and if I didn't help. So yeah.
Bobby, and I know you feel this way. It's like you get the ultimate version of your favorite character or one of your favorite characters. It's hard to just not feel like, wow, I like everything that that entire feeling I've been chasing after is right here.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I felt that when I saw him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really haven't had an urge to get anything since him, I believe, because that came late.
Yeah.
So that might be, yeah.
Mondo's gonna go down in history for
Yeah, it's
solving
killing
the
people,
toy
yeah.
collecting problem for people.
Oops.
It's so big, you have no room for anything else. There you go. Enjoy, people.
Yeah, it's really cool. For those of you that did invest in this for yourselves or for gifts for other people, you did the right thing. It's a masterpiece. It is a real masterpiece. Very cool.
Yeah, I really wanted one, but I couldn't get it. So
Yeah.
I wanted to go back to this comment here from Cobb. We were all feeling this way. Everybody that was in that group, when you were talking about it as you reviewed your Skeletor, when you were talking about it last week, as we all knew it was coming.
I know. I was thinking about that.
We were all amped up and excited for this to finally arrive.
And I'm sitting here on screen with Skelly, and I'm like, and he's saying, "Yeah, I wish I can get it. I really want to hold it." I'm like, "Yeah, I know the feeling.
Gotta just play it off, right?"
I had to play that. I was real sad about it,
I know. I was thinking about that episode. Oh, that was an epic episode too, because Mattel has announced that New Eternia, or it's leaked that New Eternia Merman is coming out. We were just talking about that,
That's right. And that was a pretty huge piece that kind of, just broke open a little bit today. New Eternia Merman and Cyclone on the way, which are two of, Cyclone's one of my all-time favorites of the entire toy line. So him coming, and then stacked on top of that, we find out about Merman too, who is another favorite of the show here. Like, it's they're just man.
It was just an announcement though, right? No design. They didn't show.
Just
anything.
announced.
Just kind of a leak.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not a formal announcement, just a leak.
Right.
It's kind of like me in the middle of the night. Sometimes I get up just a little leak. Not a little leak. Yeah, I'm getting older. So
that's funny. I bet the Dooch is excited about the leaked Cyclone.
I haven't talked to him about it, but I'm sure he is because that's his boy.
That's his boy.
Like him and Snout Spout are both his absolute favorites.
Oh yeah. Is he going to get the Snout Spout STCC exclusive?
I don't know because
Oh, it's going to be an
like
exclusive.
that, who knows? But
the
Yeah.
Masterverse.
yeah,
Or not? No, it's not SDCC. Sorry, it's like next week. It's a Mattel Creations exclusive. That's it. I was thinking exclusive, and I jumped to SDCC, but no, it's next week.
So
Yeah,
it's SSSDCC.
SDCCDAE.
STDC.
So next week around.
No,
I gotta pull
what
it
are
up
you
now. It's
talking
not next week.
about? STDs.
STD.
I love that band
exclusive.
STDC. Have you heard STDC?
Yeah, I heard of them. Yeah.
You don't want to go see
I
it.
got that wrong. I said next week. It's not next week.
The Snout Spout does look cool. So
It does look cool. Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
I love Snout Spout. He's
Me
great.
too.
I still, yeah.
Well, to move from one masterpiece to another, are you guys cool? Let's jump into the Eternialand contest because I'm really excited to go through these.
Yes.
We all on board for that? All right, everybody. We're going to be talking about going through the slides. There are some images, and then I'm going to go ahead and get the file open on my end. I've got text to go along with this. So there were 4 spectacular entries for the Eternialand contest, and we've all taken some time to review them. And we have, I've heard back from a couple of the guys here, and I'm assuming we're going to have a debate on who's going to be the winner because we all have some similar but some different ideas. But we are going to decide tonight who the winner is, and this is really exciting. The winner is going to get a nice collection of Masters of the Universe posters that are essentially high art. They're beautiful prints, and they were donated by David Motu Origins Corp. So we're real excited to have a look at this. I can't remember who I have second on here. Let's see here. I mean, first. Let's see. Oh yeah, we're starting off with Ace. So I'm going to go ahead and read. These are pretty lengthy descriptions. So I'm going to go ahead and read through this. And guys, if you have anything to say, feel free to interrupt me. But
yeah, I do. It's like I had to read that shit. No, I'm just kidding. It was so
well, you don't
long.
have to. You don't have to read it now. I'm going to do all of this.
I'm just kidding.
I got to have a sip of water because there's a lot to say here.
I am disappointed that no one put like a Filmation version of Mantenna in the front gate that say, "We're sorry, but the park will be closed for 2 weeks."
Totally. Oh my god, that would have been great.
I didn't even think of that. Oh man. Missed
in that weird voice. Sorry, folks, but we'll be closed for 2 weeks.
I love first I want to say I love the technique here that Ace utilized to create Eternialand, using the map, sourcing the map, and then cutting and pasting in these images. But I'm going to go ahead and start reading here. So Ace's description begins with the rides. We have Scareglow's House of Horrors. That's brilliant.
Yep.
Merman's Aquatic Terror. That's very cool. I visualize that like Pirates, or like the submarine ride. Beastman's Electric Jungaloo, not to be confused with Juggalo.
What's with that?
And this got me drooling. Clawful's Crawboil Restaurant, and its motto is "It's claw licking good." I think that's great. All right, I'm going to read a little bit here. Skeletor's Vaudevillian Review, vaudeville musical starring everyone's favorite Skullface Skeletor, singing and dancing us through how he'd run Eternia if he were king. This is like Magic Mike meets Oogie Boogie with Skelly's biting wit, glistening abs, and enough sparkling rhinestone loincloths to make you say meow. There's something for the whole family in this laugh-a-minute spectacle. Every one of Skeletor's performances is an absolute showstopper. He may not have the keys to Castle Grayskull, but Skeletor proves he can play all the right keys right into our hearts. I think that's a brilliant description of Skeletor's vaudevillian review.
Yep.
Then there's also a Frosta's Frosty Freeze ice cream shop.
Brilliant.
The park is split into two sides, like the old poster art. Snake Mountain is on one side and Castle Grayskull is on the other. And then all of the evil and heroic warriors have their rides on opposite sides of the park. I think that's a really smart design.
Yes.
Heroic warriors have their rides on the opposite sides. That's a little. That's a repeated information here. Modi's Mini Cruise. This is awesome and adorable. Boat ride around Castle Grayskull's moat. Pirates of the Caribbean style, seeing Modi and his friends along the way, as well as weird things that have fallen into the moat that Modi has put on display in his collection. I love the idea of Modi being a collector of oddities.
Yeah.
Basically a canal, like a canal collector. I don't know what's trying to. Then you got Stinkor's Perfumery, a perfume shop where you can have personalized scents created based on your preferences and body chemistry. Like, that's very cool. Battle Cat Coaster and Panther's Run. Ride through the Royal Palace from Cringer's favorite napping spots to outside the palace where the coaster becomes a dueling ride with Panther's Run. Very cool. Space Mountain meets quasi dueling wooden coasters, which tangles with the Battle Cat coaster over Eternia after it charts a similar path along the way from Skeletor's throne room in Snake Mountain. Each coaster also has its own unique metal score. That's awesome. In the tones of good and evil. That's very cool. Then we've got Orko's Trollin Topsy Turvy Zany. Orko's Trollin Topsy Turvy, which is a zany, intermittently upside down ride through Orko's homeland.
That's crazy.
That's awesome. Ram Man's and Trapjaw's Twisted Metal Demolition Derby. Riders choose their favorite vehicle in a bumper car race around the Royal Palace. Riders can choose vehicles from both heroic and evil warriors like the Land Shark, Battle Ram, Attack Track, Ground Ripper, Spydor, the Roton, and more. Which vehicle would you all choose for that? I know which one I would choose.
Probably.
I think somebody on the panel is a little biased, but
yeah, I think there's only one vehicle I could possibly choose.
You know,
yeah, which one?
Really? Really? It's been a rough week, hasn't it?
It has been a rough week. I can hardly form sentences tonight. Yeah, that makes sense. I think I'd pick the Roton just because I think it would kick ass in a bumper car ride.
That's what I was thinking. Like I was thinking more of the Land Shark for that. Yeah.
I'm with Bobby. I was going Land Shark with this one for sure.
Yeah, that's cool. All right. So each vehicle has its own unique riding experience. That's awesome. After narrowly escaping Trapjaw's deadly chomp, riders reach the end of the ride where Giant Ram Man springs up and slams into a scoreboard above to reveal each driver's score. I think that is so cool. The impact showering down cold sparks on the vehicles below. That's so cool. And then there's a jousting show with Stridor and Night Stalker, each being respectively ridden by Fisto and Jitsu in a tense battle of wits and brawn. So I feel like that would be like a stunt show.
Yeah, kind of like a what do you want to call those festivals every year that they have? Medieval things, yeah. Renaissance
medieval times. Yeah, Renaissance fairs. Yeah,
Renaissance fairs. Yeah.
And then Prince Adam's Foire à Deux intense ballet. I love this description. In Sean's like, what? Intense ballet. Okay, not just ballet, but intense ballet
That's
about
like
the
hot yoga.
yeah. Hot yoga with Prince
Hot
Adam.
yoga ballet with Adam.
About the prince's internal struggle with his semi-secret identity, or He-Man and all the responsibilities and expectations of each role. I love that. That's awesome.
I could see him dancing like that guy in Big Lebowski when he was doing that little weird dance. Did you see that?
Yeah, yes, absolutely. The Big Lebowski's neighbor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If he doesn't do the hair move from Dance, I feel let down. I'm just gonna say that much. Pour the water on him, like he's sitting on the chair in Flashdance. Pull the water.
Oh, jeez.
Oh yeah, I love that. Makes me want to watch The Big Lebowski again.
Yes.
Yeah, we should watch. I mean, everybody should watch that movie at least twice a year, at least.
Right.
All right, Castle Grayskull houses some attractions listed here. So this is where when I first read through this, I was like, wait, so Castle Grayskull houses the attractions, and then the attractions are listed below, but then it's Snake Mountain. So, and then there's I see, and then Snake Mountain also. So there's attractions within each of these these portions of the park. Snake Mountain houses some attractions, includes the Bone Throne, Photo Op, yes please, Skeletor's Viewing Globe, absolutely, and more. Here are some of the features inside of both of these. We've got Sorceress's Sonic Soak, a seated meditative experience enveloping all of the senses in the mythical waters underneath Castle Grayskull. This ride uses light, sound, scent, and physical sensations to create an unforgettable and fully immersive, soothing experience. I want that right now. I want that and kind of need it. Evil Lynn's Invocation, a cross between the Gravitron and Tower of Terror. Oh, yes. Where riders are spun into a frenzy by spells cast by our favorite evil enchantress. This is also an immersive experience, but with a thrill ride component where guests are treated to eerie voices that spiral around the chamber, thunder and flashing lights, whipping wind, and surreal optical illusions to make you motion sick. And that's not what it says here. As they spin to Evil Lynn's wicked spell. I love that. It's like,
so do I.
It's like Haunted Mansion, but more psychedelic almost.
Have you ever been on a Gravitron?
I love Gravitron.
Yeah,
yes.
so do I. Yes, and I could just see her in the middle, just and doing like a hologram of her or something. You're like,
yes,
cool. Yeah.
For me, that'd be the Vomitron.
The Vomitron. And this one I like too. It's simple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 words. Get slimed at the slime pit.
Yeah.
Right.
Awesome. Survive
Nickelodeon moment.
Yes, your Nickelodeon moment. And here's one. Survive a fast-paced ride through the Fright Zone. Got also King Hiss's Revenge, which is a ride. You ride a giant slithering snake as you speed through the Snake Kingdom and witness their diabolical plan to overtake Eternia. She-Ra and Swiftwind's Climb to the Clouds. This sounds like the perfect combination of Disneyland rides and like Magic Mountain style rides or more thrill rides.
Yep.
Sky Tree Cafe, which is an enchanted forest style vegan eatery inside giant Sky Tree with playhouses for both kids and adults that weave through the building's magical plant life, which should have a moss man walking around to say hi.
I mean,
Zodak's,
if you're gonna have some magical plant life.
Absolutely. Zodak's Ride Through the Stars, which is a fully immersive VR coaster exploring the star systems around the galaxy. I kind of pictured something like the soaring over California ride, or those rides that have just a big screen. I think they use
they do that
similar technology with the Harry Potter ride at Universal Studios.
And the Millennium Falcon.
Oh yeah, and the Millennium Falcon ride, and Star Tours,
Yeah.
Tila's Training Arcade. That's badass.
Mhm.
That's great. Buzz-Off's Honey Hive. No description, but it's Buzz-Off's Honey Hive. Mossman's Mochi. How's that pronounced? Am I
Mochi.
pronouncing that right?
I'm
Mochi,
pretty sure
right?
it's mochi, right?
Yeah.
It's got to be.
The dessert. Man-at-Arms Laboratory. Work with Man-at-Arms and Roboto to invent special tools. This is like the droid factory, huh?
Yeah, this
at
I was thinking
Galaxy's.
too. Yep.
Uh,
Ace mentioned in here about the way I said plant life. Should have put in a dispensary too. Well, that's what Mossman could really be in
yeah.
charge of. Just saying,
Yeah.
or Stinkor.
It depends on what state you're in.
Yeah.
Well, if it's in California, we're good, folks.
Yeah, we're good. So there you can invent special tools and weapons to help He-Man, our heroic warriors, and Eternia. Then you got Stratos' Stratosphere Glide, a soaring hang glide coaster. Oh, we got soaring again. That flies guests around the perimeter of the park. That's even better. You go around the perimeter of the park.
Right.
See everything.
And this is where I'm going to be hanging out. Granimir's Grand Library and Nap Cave. Yes, please. Okay. And this is where we have to employ Motu Joe and some other folks that we know of. Eternia Tower Museum and largest Masters of the Universe collection in the universe.
Yeah.
So you use Eternia Tower to house a toy museum is brilliant.
Yep.
The main entrance point for Skytram, and the top of the tower is slowly spinning. It's a bar restaurant up at the top with a 360 panoramic degree views of the entire park. The Skytram connects Eternia Tower with Castle Grayskull and Snake Mountain, so it's very similar to the Eternia playset. For easy transport for guests. Then you got Triclops Laser Tag. That's fantastic. King Randor and Queen Marlena's Royal Feast, giant regal dining hall inside the palace where food and libations are served with rousing entertainment to accompany each meal. That's like medieval times, that restaurant.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Special photo op area with real life versions of everyone's favorite heroic and evil warriors with statue photo ops along the way, like large and small version of Battle Cat and Panther for kids and adults to ride and hold power swords and shields. Ace, that's pretty epic. That is pretty darn epic. And all of it's here in the image.
Reading through all of these was one of the hardest things to go through and not want all of them.
Right.
Yeah. That's really That's really the hardest part about this contest. And I was kicking myself in coming up with this contest because I was like, I already kind of knew I was going to love every idea. That's really you don't have a contest where you love every idea that people are going to come up with, but I'm really happy that that's the way it is because it's amazing.
Yeah, there's brilliant things in each one of them.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, all of them. It's literally the hardest thing that, not that I've had to judge a whole lot of competitions or anything, but I gotta say, like, reading through each and every one, I was like, as I started, I was like, wow, that's magnificent. It's going to be hard to beat. And then I'm reading the next one. I'm like, oh, man, this one's just as good as the last one. Oh, man. And like each one like that. And I was like, you can't even really just like cherry pick ideas from each one to make the greatest. They're all just like so equally freaking amazing. But like the thought that went into all of these is just outstanding. You guys are amazing. Absolutely.
Yeah, we have a really powerfully artistic group of people. All right, I'm going to go back to this one because I'm going to read Aaron Davies' entry. Aaron wrote an entry. There's no image to coincide, but that's perfectly fine as part of this contest. No one had to draw anything or create images. But Aaron wrote a really amazing description of a version of EterniaLand. So I'm going to go ahead and just Read away. Everybody get your tea and your smoking jackets. Here we go.
Funny you say
ETERNIALAND.
that. I need more coffee.
Oh, there you go. I would envision a theme park that made it feel like you were on a quest. There should be various things that you can accomplish when you're in the park and a sense of achievement when you leave. Very cool.
Yep.
Entrance. So the entrance to the park would be modeled as a space station on Earth. I think this is brilliant. The story would be that that Earth has achieved contact with long-lost astronaut Marlena Glenn. With the science of Eternia, Earth has learned how to build a space bridge to this new planet, and the guests are explorers to this new alien realm. I mean, that's really smart. In order to get into the park, they would load you onto a shuttle, which is really a roller coaster in the vein of Space Mountain. Very cool. It would be in a completely dark tunnel with special effects and wind machines to make it feel like you were traveling through a wormhole. A feature of this ride could be that it feels like you were traveling through. That it has different tracks that deposit you to different areas of the park. Sorry. This could cut down on congestion and also give the guests a sense of surprise because they aren't sure where they'll end up. Freaking brilliant. The various rides and attractions in the park should be themed around completing a quest or task and should feature the classic cartoon characters congratulating the guest on their courage and thanking them for their help. Ideally, building the various swords, wands from the series that should feel like something the guest has earned a privilege to do. Kind of saw something similar to that in Aces, right?
Yeah.
The park would be split into several main areas: Eternia, Etheria, and Trala. That's cool. The park would be expanded in the future to include such areas as Preternia and Primus even. Eternia would obviously be the largest area since it has the most focus. The center of the park would, of course, be Castle Grayskull. Nice. Castle Grayskull. Castle Grayskull would dominate at the center of the park. Visitors would enter over the drawbridge, and once inside would have a series of choices they could make. The main floor of the castle would serve as a hub, which allows the guests to travel to different parts of the park. There would be massive travel corridors like in the Filmation series. So this thing, it's not just like a walk through Cinderella's castle or a Sleeping Beauty's castle. This is like a really big part of this park.
That's right.
Allowing the guests to travel to such destinations as the Royal Palace, Snake Mountain, the Evergreen Forest, Etheria, or Primus. The castle would also have a museum of sorts where you could observe various artifacts from the series. Very cool. In addition, they would have a ride which allows you to train as a master of the universe and prove yourself worthy of the Sword of Power. This could be an interactive ride like the Toy Story blaster ride in Disneyland. But instead of a blaster, you would have a power sword which allows you to block attacks from evil warriors and also point your sword and fire blast where appropriate. The final part of the castle would have a section where guests can forge and purchase a Sword of Power, either Filmation or the 2000X version. I love that. And then we move on to Eternia. This area of the park would encompass the Royal Castle, Snake Mountain, the Evergreen Forest, and the Widgets Fortress. I love that.
Yeah.
The Royal Castle, the Royal Castle. This area of the park would be a giant replica of the Filmation Castle. There would be food vendors, souvenirs, and tables in the courtyard area. Imagine all the pink. I would love that. They would also have areas you could walk through, like the throne room, Man-at-Arms workroom, Orko's bedroom, and the barracks. That's cool. Imagine seeing Man-at-Arms workroom.
Yeah, right.
Right?
There would be several people dressed as various characters from Motu lore, the King and the Queen, Man-at-Arms, Roboto, Orko, Prince Adam, Tila, etc. The castle would also connect to several rides. A Dragon Walker roller coaster, yes. And Matt, how would that go? Would you just go like off to the
Slowly.
side and then forward.
No,
Slowly.
I was assuming it looked like the Dragon Walker, but
Yeah.
the head of it or something.
I think it would be a really cool roller coaster for little ones, like
Yeah.
off to the side and then forward, off to the
No, there
side
you
and
go.
then forward.
Mhm.
You got the attack track bumper car ride, a spinning ride like Dumbo, and that had Sky Sled and the Jet Sleds, yes.
Okay.
Some type of guard training area similar to the Star Wars training at Disneyland would be possible as well. Snake Mountain. Snake Mountain would start as a ride similar to Pirates of the Caribbean. I love this, where the line winds around the mountain and you enter at the snake head at the top. Wow. That's an epic line of climbing up this mountain, right? That's borderline. Imagine the kids loving that. I immediately pictured the canal in Snake Mountain, if it's going to be like Pirates, being lit as red.
Yep,
would be cool. The line can wind through the mountains, showing various rooms inside Snake Mountain, like Skeletor's Bone Throne, Evil Lynn's Magic Study, and Triclops' Workroom. When you get to the top, Skeletor is there to greet you as a new recruit to his army of evil. You have to endure the spooky ride to prove your worth. This would be one of the spooky rides in the park with various animatronic monsters, yes please, and special effects showing off the scarier elements of Masters of the Universe. I love this. At the end of the ride, you can buy replicas, Havoc staffs, etc. Oh, man. There would also be more costumed actors for people to interact with, like Beastman, which would be amazing, right? All right, 3, the Evergreen Forest. The Evergreen Forest would fill in all the areas in Eternia surrounding the Royal Palace, Snake Mountain, the Widget's Fortress. There would be multiple paths to take around this section of the park, and there would be a merry-go-round featuring Battlecat, Panther, Cringer, and Granomir. Another ride could be Chakotay's Temple. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I could picture that like the Indiana Jones ride.
Yeah, you get those little green things coming at you.
Yep. I already know that's where Sean's going to get to the park right when it opens, and he's going to beeline it right to Cody's Temple.
More Shapoopy.
That's right.
Ram Man at the entrance mispronouncing Chakotay's name.
Welcome to Shabooties.
I love it. Okay. This would be another haunted house type of attraction. Yes. This could easily take on the appearance of the typical fun house from yesteryear, with various obstacles like spinning tube you have to walk through, more people in costumes, Chakotay herself lording over the entire procedure. Awesome photo opportunity there, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
all the dads just running over there to get a photo with Chakotay. The forest would also include a Sky Tree attraction where you could explore a treehouse in the branches of Sky Tree. Yes, my heart is aflutter with that idea.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the Widget's Fortress. This area would be a replica of the Widget's Fortress, complete with a mine cart roller coaster, which simulates their mining of Korodite. You could also watch them forge the Korodite into He-Man's armor cross at night when they shoot off fireworks to mimic their He-Man alert signal from the Filmation cartoon.
That's what I loved.
So cool.
Yeah.
There would also be more food and gift shops inside the fortress. Yes, that's where we get our turkey legs, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Etheria would be smaller than Eternia, would have 3 main sections: the Fright Zone, the Crystal Castle, and the Whispering Woods / Bright Moon. Yes. And here are the descriptions of those. The Fright Zone would be another spooky part of the park. Similar to Snake Mountain, there would be a part where guests would walk through experiencing the Filmation Fright Zone, and a water ride themed around the slime pit where people were expected to get wet or slimed. There would be another ride where you went through Hordak's throne room, and there was a drop to simulate when Hordak activated his trapdoor. Yes, like in the cartoon. I love this.
Filled with flowers.
Yeah, exactly. The Crystal Castle would be a flight simulation ride where you ride swift wind up to the castle. There would be another ride to simulate when Adora cracked the crystal and with her sword and had in her sword and had to ride the shield down the stairs. I love that. Finally, another section would allow guests to interact with Light Hope and construct their own sword of protection to purchase. Brilliant. Whispering Woods. This last section of Etheria would be based on the Whispering Woods. There would be an interactive ride with a movie screen, and the various characters of Princess of Power would assess your character. The ride would culminate with the Whispering Woods deciding if you were good, and the trees would open to allow you in. This would be a large area with paths, food, vendors, and activities for younger children. There'd be actors dressed as Princess of Power characters, and another ride based around a flying lesson with Madame Raz, where you are riding Broom. That would be amazing.
Yes.
Imagine Broom talking to you as you're riding it.
Hey, your ass stinks.
Yeah. Can anybody imitate Broom's voice? I love Broom's voice. I can't do it.
No.
I haven't listened to it in years, so.
Castle Bright Moon would be connected to the Whispering Woods, which would have more rides. One would be based around stopping a Horde convoy with She-Ra. Another would be about stopping Hordak and Skeletor from teaming up to destroy Etheria. Very cool. Now on to Trolla. This would be as crazy as it appears in the cartoons. Upside down trees, waterfalls that run backwards. There would be several smaller areas based around the various Trollans from the Filmation series. One section would be about Driel, and there would be a ride that was themed about fixing the magic pyramid that she uses to visit Eternia. Another section would be about Montork, and you could train as a wizard and buy a Trollan hat or magic wand. There would be another ride based around Yuckers where you'd have to stop the Horn of Evil. There would be options to build this land out based on other Trollans from the series. This reminds me of like a better version of Toontown.
Yeah.
Is it Toontown?
Yep.
Yeah. We hardly ever go
Yuckers.
to Toontown when we visit.
Toontown's better now than it used to be.
That's what I heard. They
got that cool train ride now.
Oh, nice.
Or you got to try it if you haven't gone on it.
That's the one based on the newer quirky cartoon, right?
Yeah. There's only 2 rides there. That and the Roger Rabbit.
Okay, cool.
Those both those rides are great.
Awesome. Yeah, next time I'll be going.
Yeah, hit there early,
and then I'll imagine that it's Trolla, because that sounds like that. Primus would be an area full of rides to reflect its futuristic themes. Yeah, so like Tomorrowland. The main ride would be a Starship Eternia roller coaster. This area would be built similarly to Star Wars Land at Disneyland. There would be a section like Star Tours where you ride in the Starship Eternia, a roller coaster where you're riding in a jet sled or an Astro sub fighting shuttle pods and terror claws, and finally a section where you travel underground to visit the council chambers. How cool is that? And when the shield around the planet starts to lose integrity, you have to go on a ride to recover the control crystal. There would be a section where you prove your worth to Master Cebrian and build a sword of power from the cartoon. And finally, Preternia. The main attraction of this section of the park would be a massive sky ride that takes you around the 3 towers, much like the Eternia toy. Each tower would have a roller coaster themed to the Snake Men, Serpent Tower, the Giants, Gray Skull Tower, or the Heroic Warriors, Central Tower. After you go on each ride, you'll be able to build Hero's magic wand to purchase. Nice. Aaron, that's epic. What a cool series of ideas. I love it. That's serious competition right there. These ideas are amazing.
I know.
Even though there's no illustration there, I can visualize going through that park. All right, next one. We've got ETERNIALAND, and this one is from Alan Hops, otherwise known as Vine Jungle Figure Factory. So let's get into that. This is the image that coincides. Any thoughts before I jump into reading again?
Yeah, we should have had the band Primus play in that Primus area.
Yeah,
like
totally.
the beginning.
Primus playing Primus. Yeah. Oh, that's kind of brilliant.
The He-Man theme from New Adventures.
Yeah. Yes, definitely. Man, you know what? We should get the Primus guys on here.
Oh, that'd be something.
That would be something. I've always wanted to ask them. So, Primus, what really gave you the idea for that name? All right, here we go with Alan's. It's Welcome to Eternia Theme Park. Eternia Theme Park. Explore the mystical world of Eternia, where the eternal battle between the forces of good and evil comes to life. Choose your path at one of our 2 grand entrances. Okay, it's nice to have a park with 2 grand entrances.
Yep.
Seriously. Align with the heroic defenders of Castle Grayskull, or venture into the dark realms of Snake Mountain. To have a choice right at the beginning like that is amazing. A vast mountain range divides the park, setting the stage for an epic adventure. Discover thrilling rides, enchanting attractions, and interactive experiences inspired by the legendary Masters of the Universe saga. All right, beginning with the light side of Eternia, Forces of Good Zone. Battle Cat Coaster. Ride the wild forests of Eternia on this high-speed coaster, echoing He-Man's valiant quests. Sorceress's Skyflight. Soar above the park with a bird's eye view, embodying the Sorceress's protective watch. Very cool. Man-at-Arms Training Ground. Test your combat skills with interactive laser tag, attack track. Oh, sorry, I went ahead. Test your combat skills with interactive laser tag. Awesome. Attack track ride, inspired by Eternia's greatest tech. Oh, wait, sorry, I'm reading these 2 things together. Apologies, Alan. I'm gonna read this. I'm gonna start over. Test your combat skills with interactive laser tag attack track ride, inspired by Eternia's greatest tactician. Try saying that 20 times fast. Orko's Magic Forest Maze. Navigate puzzles and challenges in this elaborate maze, featuring Orko's enchanted path with magical puzzles and interactive spell casting that doesn't always go as planned. In other words, you might get wet.
Right.
Yeah, that's awesome. Tila's Adventure Path. Embark on quests through a ropes course filled with lessons of bravery and leadership. That reminds me of that walkthrough area of Tom Sawyer Island.
Okay.
Like you can kind of run through it, and it's kind of a challenge.
Yep.
Stratos' Sky Sled Coaster. Experience the thrill of flight on a coaster that captures the aerial adventures of Stratos. Outmaneuver Skeletor's Bashers and face off against the Collector. Yes.
Yep.
In a final showdown. Complete with interactive elements and stunning park views. I love that. All right, now if you decide to go in on the dark side of Eternia, the Snake Mountain Zone, this is what you're going to find. Scareglow's Havoc Tower Drop. Plunge into the depths of Subternia on this exhilarating drop tower themed after Scareglow's undead magic. I kind of love that idea. I like that Aaron's and Alan's both sort of, it's like there's like nods to the lore that we're all familiar with, but also nods to the Revelation/Revolution series.
Yeah.
Evelyn's Illusion Hall. Traverse a hall of mirrors and holograms where reality and magic blur in an interactive walkthrough and stage show.
Brilliant.
Love it. Hoverbot bumper cars. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Bash away with your Hoverbot car and try to leave them as dinged up as He-Man would. They really show their damage. Now that's very cool.
Yes, it
To
is.
like if you could actually be in one of those and create or see the damage, kind of like battle damage He-Man and Skeletor.
So I could picture that because in Dick Tracy, when they did like the Moon era, they had this thing that they fly around and it was kind of like a hoverbot thing.
Yeah,
You'd stand inside, so I could picture that. Yeah.
definitely. All right. Beastman's Lair. Yes, please. Explore the wilds in this interactive play area where you can battle Beastman's minions. Travel through his bestiary where he keeps all of his creatures, shadow beasts, dragons, and a unicorn. Wait a minute. Are all of those beasts?
I don't know. You do have to watch where you step, though.
I do.
How big is the unicorn?
Oh, and this I'm in love with. I'm in love with this idea. Snake Mountain Dungeon Mine Car Ride.
Mhm.
As this scary dark ride takes you through the dungeon caverns as you are headed to the prison mines. Ram Man bumps the car off the track, trying to free you, and you careen into new scary adventures even deeper in the mountain's mines. And here's a little asterisk. So we got a note here. Arachnophobics should not ride.
Wow.
So giant spiders.
Spider.
Yes. Park-wide features. All right, so this is stuff you can find throughout the park. The Eternian Express. Our park train offers scenic views and an unexpected adventure with Web Store's Heist.
That's cool.
Yeah, I love that. Heroically thwarted by Rio Blast in an interactive and thrilling encounter. Yeah, first time we've had Rio Blast mentioned here.
Yeah.
Masters of the Universe Parade. Witness the epic battle between good and evil in this daily parade featuring beloved characters and vibrant floats. See all your favorite characters with 2 parades, 1 for each side of the park, every hour. Yes. That reminds me of the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade
Mhm.
float.
Yeah.
Dining and shopping. Enjoy themed eateries and shops throughout the park, offering exclusive merchandise and culinary delights inspired by the world of Eternia. Yes. We've got Fisto's Feasts. Yes. Beastman's Barbecue, like Bengal barbecue, right?
That sounds good. Yeah.
Yeah. Tila's Treats. Don't say that over and over again fast. Orko's Candy. King Randor's Ball with an hourly magic show. He-Man's Helpings. I love that. Helpings. That makes sense because he's out to help, right?
Yeah.
And then Web Store's Spiderweb Cotton Candy. I love cotton candy, so that makes me happy. The park exit is through Castle Grayskull, where everyone can get an Eternia souvenir and then be off on the real adventure in the real world where you have the power. Alan, Vine Jungle Figure Factory, that's epic too, man.
Yep.
Amazing. I really like the idea of Beastman's Barbecue.
Me too.
I'm already hungry. I just ate dinner and I'm hungry again.
Add that with the Clawfuls one,
Oh,
the fish food. Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anybody else just getting hungry sitting here listening about these awesome eateries?
I'm not even thinking about those tacos anymore.
You know, Tila's Tortillas. She could have a taco truck. Just
Tila's
been an
Treats.
idea of mine into these for
Tila's
Tila's
Taqueria.
Tortillas.
Tila's Tortillas.
All right. So, any comments about what we've looked at so far?
They're all great so far.
Y'all need to
They're all
stop
great.
being so awesome.
Yeah.
I know.
Really damn
It was
People-
tough. It definitely was tough to pick.
It's really hard.
And it
It's
came
really
down
hard.
to one thing.
I know, and I know which one I know you, Bobby, and I have a feeling I know which one it was. But we'll get into that. All right, in the next one, I'm gonna start. This is gonna be hard to do. Do any of you guys have access to the slides, or do I just have access to them?
No, I should have access. I should be able to scroll through them. Let me.
Cool. So this is Eldor's. I'm going to go ahead and read Eldor's description, and maybe you could just sort of go through the slides. So
is this where we're starting here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Castle Grayskull, and this is this is Masterversal Toy Hunter. Everybody, Eldor. Yep. And there's not as much text here, but there's certainly a lot of pictures. So feel free to go at your own pace, Oz. Castle Grayskull entrance / main gate. Be welcomed into ETERNIALAND by King Randor and Queen Marlena and the Sorceress of Grayskull. That's awesome. You're welcomed by those three. That totally makes sense to me.
Yep.
Right away, guess who has a gift shop? Mattel. Mattel's gift shop, which is Fright Zone themed. Very cool. The Fright Zone is built around the Mattel shop. So the Mattel shop is inside. And this, I kind of think, is a unique approach that we haven't yet heard from the other entries. And Mattel would be happy about this. The Mattel gift shop, the Fright Zone, is full of Masters of the Universe product made by Mattel. So, everybody who's like looking for that elusive Triclops Origins figure, you can find it at the Fright Zone gift shop, hopefully.
That's amazing. That's like one of the only Origins I've seen in the store that I was able to buy it, but no one else was able to get one.
I know, isn't that crazy?
It's weird. Yeah, it's odd.
I think I found him in the store too. Yeah. Or maybe, I think so.
I'm looking to get that fan favorite one now that he's going to be out. Okay. Now, I haven't seen those at stores yet, but none of them. BBTS has had them, so once it goes up there, I'm so getting mine finally.
Yeah. Side note: I've gone to Target every week since. I go to Target every week, but I have not seen. I go to Walmart like once every 3 weeks, but I haven't seen any new Masters figures besides the Trap Mouse Jaw.
Yeah, same.
I did finally see Wave 1 of Turtles of Grayskull. Well, everything but He-Man. I saw Man-at-Arms, Leo, and Donnie.
I haven't seen
but
those.
I have yet to see any of the fan favorites or any of the cartoon collection that was supposed to be available at retail.
I haven't seen any of the Turtles of Grayskull either, except for the Mousetrap.
Mousejaw. Don't call it Mousetrap. You can get in trouble.
Yeah. Uh-oh. All right, let's continue.
Yes.
The main central pavilion. This is where you meet and greet your heroes and villains area. From He-Man to She-Ra, Skeletor to Hordak. Come meet all your favorite heroes and villains with plenty of photo opportunities. All right, quick question for you all. Everybody, to all the hosts, who is top of your list to get a photo with?
Evelyn.
Uh-huh.
It's really tough to say. I've already got a photo with He-Man.
Yeah,
even though I was like 2 or 3, but I've still got that photo. You know what? I think Ace won it over for me. Skeletor.
Yeah.
Or no, you know what? Better yet for me, King Hiss. I want my photo taken with the snake. Let's do it. Snake Men all the way.
Yeah, all right.
Snake Men all the way. King Hiss.
Adam, Lady Sean.
I don't know why, but I'm thinking Ram Man for some reason.
Yeah, that sounds like fun, right? I was thinking that too.
Yeah.
And do you want Ram Man to be short or enormous?
Somewhere wide, but maybe not super tall.
You're wide and short. I think so too. Me too.
Now I kind of want him. I want him like big and bulky looking.
Yeah,
that was like my idea of the Ram Man being the big bulky guy.
I got to say Beastman for me.
Yeah.
How about you, Sean?
Teela.
Yeah. Tiala.
I didn't say Evil Lynn like the creepy way. He just said Tiala. I'm just kidding.
This will put it over the top too. I would actually request, and she'd punch me in the head and kick me out of the park. But I'd go, "Can you do that pose for filmation?"
No, you are so getting. Sean is so
face off, but it's a little bit different.
Sean's getting trespassed from the park. He ain't coming.
Sean is going to be banned for life.
They're going to escort me out in a straitjacket when I leave there,
surrounded by the royal guards.
Right. So, Ace mentioned that Plundor. Be pretty cool. I'm pretty sure I've got pictures of me with him too. You know, those creepy looking Easter bunnies from.
Oh yeah, definitely Plundor.
It definitely looked like that.
There are characters that can show up seasonally too in Masters.
Oh, definitely.
It's like the perfect IP, you know, to have a park.
The Phil
Adam version rocking around.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I was just gonna say Prince Adam rocking around in a Santa suit, and then like the Mancini show up just for Christmas.
Jeez.
I
would say Evil Seed.
Evil Seed, yeah.
Every spring, Evil Seed comes.
Yep.
All right, I'm going to continue reading here. We got the playground and slime pit, water slide, and rest area. I love this idea of the slime pit being a water slide.
Yeah.
Rest and let your children play in the vast playground. The Orlax merry-go-round. Yes, that's fantastic. The Wind Raider rockers. The Roton dizzy spinners. Wow. And speed things up down the slime pit. Oh, we already said the slime pit water slide. Speed things up down the slime pit water slide. That's very cool. And this is a good one too. I already know. Okay, sorry. I was going to say something. Chef Allen's cook-off restaurant. Sample and dine from none other than Chef Allen's tasty menu. This is almost
the tasty menu.
I know. Chef, I feel I couldn't tell if it was gonna be a burp or if I was gonna something was gonna come up. I don't know. That has nothing to do with Chef Allen.
No.
I love that idea. That's cool. And for a lot of people, that would be a deep cut because so that's great. Escape Snake Mountain with He-Man, Tila, and Orko. This is a fun scare ride. Dodge and fight your way through demons, Skeletor's henchmen, and Skeletor himself with the help of He-Man, Tila, and Orko. The ride takes you all through the Fortress of Sorrow. It gets real scary here. And even across the rickety bridge overhanging the lava falls.
Nice.
I love that. I can see that.
Right. And he's got that here in that picture. You can kind of see it there. I know we got a better picture. I thought he had done the slime pit water park. I was looking for that before, but there you go. That rickety bridge. Look at that.
I love the way that Snake Mountain looks.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's good. The artistry here. So, for those of you that do not follow Masterversal Toy Hunter on Instagram, you should definitely do it. When you see how small this is, it's phenomenal. His hands against this in the images. Oh, there you go. Yeah, look at that. This is cool. I could never make something this small. Eldor, like you've got it. You got the talent, my friend.
Right.
All right.
Like, like Vine Juggle said earlier, he's like a diorama. Yeah.
This is the other thing too. So Eldor also was like, I'm pretty confident that Eldor decided to enter this contest super last minute too. So
yeah.
But that I'm except for Aaron. Aaron was the first one to submit. The other three all submitted right up to the last minute.
Oh wow.
So imagine the artistry and the thought going into this, within 24 hours or 48 hours. I mean, that's epic. So
it is.
I congratulate all four of them for doing this.
Right.
All right. Eternia Tram Ride and Motu History and Toy Museum. We got our second toy museum here. This is really cool. See the sights of Eternia with the Lion Tower of Preternia Tram as Eldor, gives you commentary and tells the tales of Eternia. So Eldor, well, you could just, Mattel, when you make this park, you just got to hire Master Versal Toy Hunter to be Eldor and give the commentary.
Right. That'd be great.
Or you can look through the vast Motu history and toy museum within the Great Tower. I like that option. You know, you get the fictional history of Eternia and with Eldor giving you commentary, or you can go through the museum and get the history of Masters of the Universe in our reality. That's awesome. Again, Motu Joe's collection. This is where it's going to end up one of these days.
Yeah.
Crystal Palace and help. Okay, here's the Crystal Palace, right? Help She-Ra, Bo, and the Resistance and the princesses defend from the attack of the evil horde in this interactive story event. The toughest girl and boy take Hordak back to the Fright Zone. So like the kids, it's like a competition ride. That's awesome. Right. And you get to go to the Mattel gift shop and choose a free prize if you succeed. Well, I'm hoping that every kid succeeds, right?
Sure.
But yeah, that's
unless they're
very
brats.
Cool.
Well, you still take them to the gift shop because it's the Fright Zone, but you just throw them in the jail cell until you're ready to feed them to the dragon.
That's right. So that's epic. All four entries are phenomenal. Now we get to talk about who we all think should win this. So let's go down the list. I'm just gonna go down the list and see.
Well, didn't you get our votes though?
I got your vote and I got Adam's vote. I have not received Oz or Sean.
I emailed it.
Well, when did you email it? Right before we went live?
No, it was like hours before we went live because I was sitting there trying to figure out which one.
I'm just giving you
have no idea how hard I thought about this tonight. It was extremely tough to figure out.
It was really hard. And we can be, people can change their, we can change our minds now after we go through it again too. So, we are going to come up with, I'm going to just sort of tally here who raises their hands for and by the way, I'm just going to do a little side note here. I thought a lot about this, and the winner tonight is going to get those posters.
Yeah,
the winner tonight's going to get those posters. But there were 4 people here, and all 4 of these are phenomenal. So the winner's going to get the posters, but the other 3 are going to get a special gift from me. I haven't figured out what that gift is. It'll be a surprise when you get it in the mail. But the other 3 entries are definitely getting a gift from me, and I will make it special. Okay, so just wanted to let you all know that we're thinking about you all, and the talent here is just phenomenal. So, Ace, you guys should also pick a few of your favorites from each park and add them all to one super park. Definitely. Miss Conge. Oh, it was Kenzo. Kenzo was razzing me. All right. So
losers get nothing. No.
So everybody's getting something, but the winner is going to get the posters. So I'm going to go through the list. Let's see how many votes. How many votes does Ace get?
Well, I mean, before we had it listed as like you ranked them 1 to 4, so there was a ranking here. I can't not vote for all of them.
Right, hold on a moment then. Give me a moment. I'm going to pull that up because Bobby, you just gave me your number 1. Adam, you gave me 1 through 4.
Yeah. Oh,
it's okay. It's all right.
Oh,
it's okay. That's all right. So what we're gonna just do it this way. I already know who everybody's 1 is except for Sean. and Oz, because I haven't looked at Oz's email yet. But let's just. Are you all okay with this? If we just
Yeah.
count,
Ranking is rough.
it's really hard to do. That's why everybody's getting a prize.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like, yeah, I don't know about that.
All right.
I think we should
Okay.
just tell you who likes what the best.
How about this? I'm gonna do it better. Nobody's gonna raise hands. Okay. Right now, Sean is gonna text me. You're gonna message me through Facebook. Okay, I'm gonna open it up right now. Oz, you're gonna message me through Facebook as well, because I already have Adam's and Bobby's. And I would take too long for me to toggle between the two platforms. So Sean's gonna text me his number one choice. Oz is gonna message me his number one choice, and then I'm gonna compare that silently. That way we don't have to raise our hands and rank. Okay? Yeah.
I know. I was like,
Oh shit!
was it like one each? Well, there's got to be one. Well, there's got to be one.
Okay,
tiebreaker, right?
I'm
There's gotta be
so
a
sorry.
tiebreaker.
Listen, there is a winner. Aaron, you are the winner.
Wow!
Aaron is the winner. Aaron Davies.
Congratulations.
Listen, everybody. I had my choice, and this was really hard to do. We got one Ace, one Eldor, one Alan, and two Aarons. And there are a variety of reasons, and it's funny because Sean gave me the reason why for his choice. Bobby, I already know what your reason is. Do you want to talk about? Yeah, want to talk about your reason?
Well,
Yes, Aaron, you are the winner.
Yeah. Well, I chose Aces because of the Gravitron with Evil In. That's what I like the most.
I knew it.
That one ride is what did it for me, because
Took it over the top.
Yeah, I liked each one. Each one had great stuff in it, and it would, like they were saying, if you could mix them all together, it'd be one perfect park. And
Yes.
because I like the one, I think Aaron's is the one that had the Cordite ride with the widgets, right? Was that his?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, with the fireworks at the end, and I could see that.
Yes.
That to me was really cool.
Yeah.
Then the other one, they had the Evil In too, with the House of Mirrors. That was really cool.
Yeah.
And the Eldor Snake Mountain thing, with the bridge and all that.
Right?
Yeah.
So cool. All of the ideas. This is why everybody's getting. This is why everybody's getting a prize.
And of course, I lead with all the shit that I liked was all the evil shit. But
me too.
Well, hold on though, Bobby. Hold on. So I'll just put it out there. I voted for Alan because he played up the dichotomy of that choose your own.
Yes, that was
good guy
the hardest
or bad
part
guy,
for me.
right? Like there was elements of that throughout everybody's theme park, but Alan's was like focused on the idea of entering a good side of the park and then entering the bad side of the park. So like you go just hang out, like, you know, be one of the bad guys this day, or you go be one of the good guys this day. And to me, that was like what the toys were like, you know. It was like, you know what, today I want the bad guys to win and take over Grayskull, and then, you know, tomorrow maybe the heroes will get it back, kind of thing. So like it to me, that was like that winning element for sure with me, because it was that idea of that original play feature, right? Whoever controlled, kind of thing. And I think they should have had days too where like the bad guys raided the good side of the park and actually won.
Yeah, all the ideas were fantastic. Sean, why did you pick who you picked?
I chose Aaron because I was not expecting any allusion to this, but the minute that they talked about the Temple of Shakoti, I was like, oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Because that is still my favorite Filmation episode. And
it's excellent.
I
Yes.
personally like the idea of it being like the haunted house and going in there, and then on top of that, if there's Shakoti in there and all that stuff, I mean, like, I would be in there all freaking day. I would just absolutely love that part.
I wish we had that part of Toy Frenzy when we were off air and we were talking about Shakoti, and it was kind of like the Snake Mountain After Dark type of thing.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we had such a fun night that night afterwards. It was so fun. God, I wish we had that recorded because that was hilarious.
Yes, definitely. I picked Aaron's because of I just absolutely love the size of this Castle Grayskull with the corridors that take you to the other parts. Like, I was like, wow, that's like phenomenal. Like, we're talking about, the only thing equivalent I could think of was like New York, and Las Vegas. Mm-hmm. Like, you walk in and New York City is inside of this building. I know it's not, it's sort of a cheesy casino, but the idea that you go and very smoky. It's a very, like, I love that immersive thing. That immersive thing always sells me. But I mean, all of this is great. Adam, why did you pick Eldor? I mean, besides the obvious reasons.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not like a huge amusement park person, but like I love that he has like the Motu History and Toy Museum. Yes, I would spend all my time in that.
Yeah, me too.
Awesome.
Yeah. And I loved his diorama too.
Yeah, the diorama.
That's great.
Diorama was just. I was just gonna say the diorama was next level, like absolutely next level.
Yeah,
loved it, Eldor. The craftsmanship, as always, brother, was just out of this world. And I gotta agree with Adam too, like that idea of like, and again, there was mention of it in the other parks too. That, like, I kind of like the idea of like, maybe bringing in Adam one day and dressing him up as like, one of the elders or something, and not to be confused with Eldor, but having them dress up and giving some history lessons along with other great people like Motu Joe and stuff like that.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. If it was mine, I would just have someone walk in and there's a laptop sitting on the table. That's all you see. It just has Battle Ram.
Yes, that's all you need to know. That's all you need.
Another great one was the that I liked was the web store train ride thing, the heist.
Yes,
that was really cool because I know like Disneyland you have that train ride.
Yeah,
and then you got where they show you like all those dinosaurs and stuff. But I could imagine if once you got web store coming at you, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
So Mattel, it's great what you're doing in Arizona, but we need an entire park.
Yeah,
we need an entire park dedicated to Masters.
State. Just like Disney, Florida, just buy a whole state.
What are they doing in Rhode Island? Just use Rhode Island.
Rhode Island wouldn't be big enough to contain Eternia Tower. I'll just put it out there. I've been to Rhode Island, so Sean I know drove through it.
Yeah. Well, I do want to. We want to allow enough time for Adam's Battle Ram report. But before we do that, real quick, all four of you, message me your addresses. You can message me through Facebook or Instagram, or you can send me an email. But I think we're all connected through Instagram, I think. So just message me your addresses. The winner will receive the posters, and the other three, Ace, Eldor, and Alan, you'll each get a little something from me. Okay. This was amazing. I think we should do this every year. Yeah. But it doesn't have to be the same contest, but we should do something that requires creativity type of contest. This is very cool. A lot of fun. You're all amazing. Absolutely. All these folks, so dang phenomenal.
If we had more entries, it's probably would turn into a couple episodes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is long. The text was a lot to read. But that I loved it. All right, let's get the music going for. All right, Bobby.
Welcome to another edition of the Battle Ram Report, brought to you by Adam. He has the bestest, wildest website on the web. Take it away, Adam. I don't know. I'm fucking.
Awesome.
Oh my
Thanks,
God.
I
Bobby.
hit a brain fart.
That was the best one yet.
Get out.
That's the Taco Bell.
Yeah, it
That
is.
That was the Taco Bell talking.
Taco Bell talking.
Oh.
Taco Bell in the water I'm drinking right now.
Here we go.
Taco Bell talking shit.
There we go. All right. So this one is just kind of a themed look at some of the work of Ted Mayer. So I interviewed him for my blog a number of years ago now. Occasionally I'll bother him with a question, but he sent me a bunch of images. It's mostly the images that he sent me back in the day, and then a few others just to round things out. This is not comprehensive of everything he did for Masters, but it's kind of a fun look at a few of his major projects. So this is Ted at Mattel back in the day. One of the oh, you caught me reading a magazine.
I love this picture. It's so good. Oh man, he's got good style.
Everything about this pic just screams like 79 to 83.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
totally.
Yeah,
I love it.
He's got the George Lucas beard going on too.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I think my next pair of glasses is definitely going to look more like that.
All right, so the next image, we've got some of his design artwork for Attack Track.
Yeah.
So the general concept, it was actually an outside invention company that had this design for the flipping treads that would, just the actual locomotion of it. So it's basically up to Ted to come up with the visual look for the vehicle. This was his first and preferred look for it. If you look at a lot of his work, like he did the battle ram, so it's kind of got a gargoyle-ish face on the front. And as you kind of flip through these,
I like the evolution.
You can see, it adds the treads, and then there's the canopy on it. And this version, is maybe familiar to a lot of you because it's basically this is the Rebel the monogram model kit version. It was based on this one. Which is my preferred version as well. I think this looks a lot cooler than the actual toy.
Yeah, the toy's a little lackluster, but this is amazing. And the monogram model kit's amazing too.
Yeah, for sure. And then in the next one, you can see kind of his control drawings, like side, top, and back views that he did for engineering. Ted was more mechanically minded, so he did a lot of this kind of stuff too. But then in the next one, you can see this is the actual version that was made. It's pulled way back on the face kind of feature. There are some kind of teeth if you look closely, but it doesn't have nearly as much of an animalistic look to it. Apparently, that was marketing's feedback. They didn't like the overt kind of face on the front for whatever reason.
One of the things that I love most about the vehicles from Masters of the Universe was that, blending of natural by making it look like a beast or a monster with vehicle or mount. And, like this is like one of the few vehicles where it really lacks that look.
Yep. Yeah, and they towards the end, a lot of them didn't have that look either, but most of them from like 82 to 85 had that animalistic look for pretty much all of them.
Yeah,
except for this one. So this one's familiar. It appears in the first mini comic, the Battle Chariot. You got Man at Arms riding it in one of the panels. This had been I know they mentioned this in some of the marketing, like there was like a Lords of Power pitch that they did, and they mentioned this vehicle as planned for the line. Obviously, they didn't do it. And this is another one that would have been one that it doesn't actually have that overt animal look, but it does have, you can see like muscle car or like
Yeah.
race car
Oh
kind of
yeah.
look. And Ted was really into that muscle cars and like World War II airplanes. And you see some of those elements in a lot of his designs.
I see the smoke. I mean, that's a person, a pilot, but it also kind of looks
Mhm.
like smoke.
Which gives
And
it that
maybe I'm
hot
just,
rod.
yeah, exactly. And then you
Yeah.
have the exhaust pipes. Yeah, it's cool.
He went through a lot of iterations of Battle Ram. These aren't in order of how he went through them, but you can see like this version had 6 wheels, and the back 2 wheels had tank treads
Mhm.
attached to them, and then the front sky sled part actually would have had wheels in this version of it. And the mechanism you can see kind of on the back half of it. It looks like some kind of lever that you would pull back that's connected across the
Yeah.
sides. I don't know if you can
Yeah.
tell what that is, but yeah. And a lot of these, you see the Tony Guerrero He-Man prototype.
Mhm.
It's not filled in because he wants to show off the vehicle, but you can see that's who he's got piloting this. The next one, this one's more of a closer to final. It's got the familiar 4 wheels. He's got added some exhaust pipes. You can see the rocket and the way the jet sled or the sky sled detaches.
Yeah.
So those are much more finalized version. I think this.
Oh, that's
the
a
next
repeat,
one.
huh?
That's a repeat, yeah. This is another early version. Again, it's got those treads. This one didn't have sort of the gargoyle in the front. A very different looking
I'm just
rocket.
gonna say new Eternia battle ram right here. I would
Sure.
love to see this. I think that'd be amazing.
I'd love to see the battle ram period, New Eternia Origins. Just,
yeah, right.
Period. I want it.
Battle ram.
I know you're watching, Mattel. Cough it up. Thanks,
this is again control drawing for engineering that he did, and if you go to the next one, there's like the full version of
Wow.
it. So again, he's got the front, the side, the top view. This was I think just one. This is one of the early images that I just cut out just to see.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure how this would have worked because there's 2 wheels on the back. I don't know if there was like a hidden front wheel, like a tricycle. How that because it wouldn't balance otherwise.
Yeah, there must be a little wheel inside there.
Yeah,
kind of
in
like
the center.
Like it would have
a
attached to the.
Landshark, or
There we go.
Like how it's got the wheel in the front, or
Yeah.
Wind Raider too, like that.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully we do, Eldor. That's what we're waiting on.
So I want to pull up Alan's comment here about needing to build a sky sled on a Segway. When you get that done, I need to see that.
Yeah,
we gotta see that, dude. And that would be amazing. That would be phenomenal.
And this is again just a zoom in on just that mechanism that I was talking about. The way he had envisioned it early on for firing the missile.
I think that version of it looks cool as far as like the mechanism. I thought that would have been really neat, but I can see where, the design they went with was more sleeker for the toy, but
and then we've just got some images of the early prototype with, again, you've got a wax copy of that Tony Guerrero prototype He-Man riding on there. Sculpted out of wood, which is pretty cool. They did all the vehicles out of wood.
Yeah. God. I imagine finding something like this, Adam,
Yeah.
and being able to
Oh,
have this.
yeah, that would be my holy grail.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's either it's in somebody's hands from Mattel or it was just thrown out. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Tragic if it was thrown out.
Yep.
Yeah, right.
I'm gonna go raid their headquarters now. I'll find it for you, Adam. Don't worry.
There you go. Appreciate it.
You heard it here first, folks.
Now, when I make it back with it, Skelly, you got to go through and edit this so that part's not in there. They won't know it was me.
I'm just gonna put the fur on loop, so it'll be like.
There we go.
First, forget the battle ram before the
Oh man! All right, so you sent me two of the. Is there? You sent
Oh,
me these both
yeah.
of these. I was wondering.
No,
I wonder
sorry.
what he's going to say about this.
That's me being sloppy and not like
I love it.
it's the same thing, just different color. Yeah.
Nice.
So you can just see this how it's separated. It you can kind of tell that it's wood there. Just
Yeah.
different angles. Yeah, beautiful design. This one is if you look closely at the box art for Battle Ram, it's based very much on this version and not the actual toy.
Yeah. God, it's still
That was a really nice comment from Piotr Painter. All the way from Poland, it looks like. Welcome.
Yeah.
Yes.
Great to have you here. This is just beautiful. Is there a way to get a high resolution image of this and turn it into a poster?
Yeah, that'd be great. I mean, unfortunately it's very narrow focused. Like the back of the vehicle is slightly blurred.
Yeah.
But it's still a beautiful image.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Hi, Toy Mama.
So there's a lot of kind of just random stuff in here. We've got Denmir's brain creature that
I
he
love
designed.
this.
Yeah. This one's been pretty popular ever since it was, revealed years ago. I would think it would be a hit.
It would. Yeah.
So this is the one they modeled the mosquito off of, or something like that. Like parts of it?
It's kind of a similar concept because I think it's supposed to be like there'd probably be some fluid around the brain feature like that.
Skeetor slush head style design.
Yeah. The other one on the right, that was just they had to justify the idea that Mark and Ted had was instead of having the arm joint cuts just straight up and down, they wanted them angled slightly just so you could get some motion. So like if you swing the arm up, it goes in front of the figure, or it can go away from the figure if you swing it back. But they had to justify like how would that actually work. So that's what this drawing is.
Yeah, I was the model for that. That's how I look under my shirt.
I was gonna say,
I believe that. I totally believe it.
Can you go back to that comment from John Guzman?
He said he has 14 of those. I'm assuming that's supposed to say battle rams, plus that sky sled with the wheels. So putting those wheels on the sky sled is super easy and doesn't ruin the battle ram.
Oh, interesting.
That's cool.
Yeah, send us a picture, John.
Yeah, I'd love to see that.
Message one of us with an image of that. We'd love to see that.
So some again like some random things. He's got his tree fort kind of the wall hanger playset that has showed up in Axel Jimenez's artwork. You've got this Zap and Go vehicle, just kind of it's not like necessarily an early Blaster Hawk, but it's playing with the same action feature. This was just one, take on that feature.
This treehouse playset was one. It could be a wall hanging, right? Am I right? with that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hanging on the wall. You could have figures, sliding up and down the ropes.
It's amazing.
It is cool.
Yeah, would have been a lot of
Yeah.
fun, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, Skelly. I'm kicking myself for not having picked up that Blaster Hulk. Chance.
I know, right? I was thinking that too.
Oh man, I'm really
For
beating myself
$3,
up.
Oz.
$3.
$3.
It would have been 6. Remember, it
That's
was in 2
amazing.
parts. It would have been 6.
Yeah, but
Oh.
still, I mean, come on.
Man, yeah.
I keep thinking about those bargain bins almost
man.
almost on a daily basis. If you ever go
Right.
back there, let me know. I'll PayPal you $3 to buy me something.
No sweat it.
Oh, you gonna make
Just
him
gotta
pay
talk
for the
this-
tax?
Yeah.
Why not?
No. But if you ever go back there, let me know because that was an
I'll be
amazing
going.
store. Yeah.
Lost in Time Toys.
So this is a foam mock-up of Eternia.
Oh.
It's wicked.
So Ted did all the first work on Eternia, but it changed hands several times. So he didn't do the final design. He did do the early stuff. So this is one of them. You can see Manny faces there for scale.
Yeah.
I think they've just got like surgical tubing or something just to represent, the train tracks or the
It's-
the monorail thing.
It's like a cross between Superman's Fortress of Solitude and something out of Neverending Story and the Eternia playset. It's like,
The Warlock from the Christmas special.
yeah, that's right, exactly. This thing's amazing. I love
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
great.
it's pretty great. And then these are two different illustrations he did, just different takes on the concept. And this is, you can see on the left, the vehicle on top is basically early Talon Fighter.
Mhm.
And then on the right, you can see the genesis of Blaster Hawk
Mhm.
and Fright Fighter on the
Right.
playset.
Yeah, that's
Fright
cool.
Fighter would be a good Eternia ride too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
So these ones are from the Power and Honor Foundation catalog. I just love the Horde artwork that he did.
Mhm.
A lot of the Horde came from Filmation, but the final designs for the actual toys were done by Ted.
Yeah.
He made them look a lot weirder, a lot more creepy.
Wait a Chihuahua Tower.
Chihuahua.
Yeah, the one on the right. On the
Yeah, that's so
left
funny.
image.
That's where Lemmy hangs out. Is that one?
Yes,
Right.
totally.
Motorhead.
Yep.
I like Leech there. He's like he's in the ballet or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
yeah.
very skinny Leech too.
Yeah.
He's in an intense ballet.
Oh, and then there's the creatures. If you go to the Leech image, the bat creature, there was this idea where these Leech and others would have been controlled by like this bat that would attach to them.
Oh,
and
really?
allow Hordak to
I
control
never
them.
knew that. Okay.
Yeah, that was like an early idea they didn't
That's
move
brilliant.
forward
That
with.
kind of makes sense.
Mind
Yeah.
control.
Mhm. Parasites.
I dig that.
Yep.
Like each Horde symbol is actually just, a little mind control thing from Hordak. I kind of
Mhm.
really like that idea.
Yeah, it's pretty creepy actually.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. I love this illustration of Mantena.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking the same
Yeah.
thing, Skelly. Like, this is just the best.
Here's
look at him.
it's the other tattoo I shouldn't get if I want to if I want to still be on my wife's good side.
Yeah, you could just put the eyes right on your nipples, and then there you go. You have
There you
all
go.
on your
God.
stomach.
Oh
There
my
we go.
God.
There we go.
The mouth would be the belly button.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Little shout out to Alan here. If you go back to our Halloween special from like 2 years ago, we had the Horde Haunt where we
Yeah.
talked
Mm,
about
yeah.
that exact
That's right.
principle.
And then some of the others, like the ones on the right, those are basically the early prototypes for jet sled and stilt stalkers and our not beam blaster. What is the other one?
It's not the beam blaster. I thought that
la-
would have been.
Beam blaster and artillery. That's the motorized one with the actual laser, right? This is the laser. It's too late.
I forget the name.
I'm blanking on it. But yeah, he
We know what
designed
you're
these. It
talking
was basically like we need lower priced accessories that can
Mhm.
be cheaper than a figure on the shelf. So these are what he came up with.
I love the jet sled.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, man. We got to see Alan's version of that with the Segway.
Hmm.
So we've got
Slime Pit and
Slime
Grizzlor.
Pit and Grizzlor. And you can see Grizzlor, he does have that dark face, which
Mhm.
some rare early versions have that as well.
Darker's lore. Still think that was a really cool, when they came out with that Horde 4-pack a couple years back. It was a really, really, just kind of that perfect con exclusive. Here are these figures, but they are alternates,
Right.
or
That
rare
makes sense.
versions. Good call.
And then just rounding it out, I think I probably have shown these before.
Yeah.
But just Ted Mayer did the Wind Raider, so these I don't actually have any drawings that he did of the Wind Raider. Actually, I might have one, but it's not labeled. So, but these are the ones he sent me. Basically, the wooden prototype with the nifty Viking ship prow, and then the modified final version.
This one's just, I mean,
Cool.
because you can see the wood grain and the different types of wood being used, it's just so beautiful.
Yeah, makes me wish I could do like woodworking. I would like try to recreate some of
Right.
these.
You can still learn.
I could learn. Yeah.
His wife kills him because he's got, classics Castle Grayskull and a lathe.
Oh man, Adam, thank you.
Yes, that was great.
Yeah.
It actually worked out. We're right here at close to the end. At the normal time that we normally close up shop.
This is the end.
Like we planned it.
My only friend.
Who knew you would get to hear us singing The Doors?
I love
Me too. All right. What do you guys got coming up for yourselves? Anything exciting on the horizon? Sean, you guys just did a Legends of Grayskull podcast episode that launched yesterday, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we did a wrap up for Revolution and all the. We got some comments that we went over, which was really cool, and we just right before the show tonight, we did our Mondo Beastman review on that channel too. And tomorrow night I'll be on Off-World, and we're going to be looking at which 5 vintage figures of any line would you have as an adventure party and why. So that'll be a little fun, nostalgic kick tomorrow night.
Nice.
10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
Perfect. All right, all right, guys. Anybody else? Anybody else have anything to offer to this conversation?
I don't offer nothing.
All right.
I'm looking forward to going to sleep tonight. I'm exhausted.
Me too.
Same here.
Me too. Well, I've got Sean has his sword to play with.
This sword is just blowing my mind the more I'm messing with it right now. It's
like,
this is longer than the power sword. I mean,
it's amazing. And it's just amazing. Well, this weekend's gonna be a little bit busy for me. I got some household stuff I need to take care of, but I do plan to get back in and work on Snake Mountain. Really excited about where that's going. I just got a few more supplies. I'm gonna be putting the plaster feeding skin on there and some plaster and start carving out details with air dry clay. And I'm real excited about where that's going. And I appreciate everybody that's been tuning in to watch those build videos.
Yeah, it's been great. I wish you'd go back to the old style music though.
The old timey music?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it comes. I'm bringing it back. I'm bringing it back, Bobby.
All right.
I'm gonna feature it heavily in the next video just
Beautiful.
for you.
Thank you.
Just for you.
Skelly
I got one.
He's bringing sexy back. That's what he's doing.
I'm bringing old timey sexy back, big time. But other than that, I think that's it for me.
What I need is everybody to message me to kick my ass to get writing. I need that encouragement, please.
All right. You heard it.
Bobby, you need to quit Fulkerson around and get writing on the next Deckard.
I mean, I have the stories. I know what I'm going to write. I just got to physically do it. And I need people to kick my ass.
All right, everybody. Everybody kick Bobby's ass.
That's right.
You heard it. You heard it here, folks.
I like this. Get out your suspenders and spats and get ready for kicking Bobby's ass.
Oh, there you go. That's the next single right there.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, what's that all about? Skelly, you're not going to announce that?
No. I've been messing around with some things, but it's all starting out.
Yeah, but you got an official thing out already. So
that's true. If anybody was interested to hear, I guess I might as well just say something. I have been working with some friends on some music. It's slow. It's slow in its creation process, but some stuff's coming out. If you were interested in following on Instagram, it's No and Band. I was just putting it in the chat here.
I remember when you followed my punk rock CDs. I'm like, great, another band that's following me that's going to unfollow me, that I don't follow them back. And then I didn't realize it was you, because I get that a lot. I get like bands that follow me, and I'm like, oh, cool, I got another subscriber, and it's like, oh, it's a band. I was like, they'll just unfollow me in a couple weeks, and I always lose that follow after a while.
Yeah.
All they're doing is trying to promote themselves, and then if you don't follow them, they cut you out. I hate that. Don't do that if you're following me on anything. If I don't follow back, it's because I don't.
That's right. And when people are promoting stuff, they got to know that that's part of it, right? Some people are gonna be like, what? Why are they reaching out to me?
Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't been actively promoting it, and I've actually kind of like been hesitant to talk about it too much because I haven't done this stuff in a long time. It's been a long time. But this is the name of the band, and you're all welcome to go and have a look at that. And if you don't like it, you don't like it. That's just the way it works.
That's you singing, right?
Yeah. I'm starting to sweat now. Oh God.
Everybody's gonna go watch it right now. Drop the link.
I'm getting the heebie-jeebies. All right. Anyways,
let's hear a little snip. I remember that one episode where you guys, I think it was to get all those likes, and if we did, I had to sing, and you said that you didn't know how to sing. You son of a bitch!
I got it.
I'm not nearly as good as you. I've heard you sing. You're a very good singer.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's happening too. That is happening. Thank you for talking me into that, Bobby. My hands are sweating now. My palms are sweating in them.
I'll just rub them on your ass, and you'll be all right.
All right. Anything else? Oz, how about you? What's going on with you?
Oh yeah, definitely come check out